Hey guys, welcome back, and time for a command centre. This building is a command centre. Wow, was the army compensating something with this thing or what? Because there's about 3 floors in it, right? We know there's only staircases leading up to the next floor when we were here last time. There's has to be one somewhere, right? Buildings deliberately designed to confuse would-be intruders, and this layout has changed significantly compared to a real fortress. What are the doors in here? Will lead us to a staircase leading up? Okay. Alright, shall we continue? Everyone, those trials have been none like we've ever faced before. Yep, there's but one clear path for us to take. So I must ask, are you with me? It is only when we fight together we can overcome the great wall that stands before us and attain victory. Yeah! Yeah, we all know who we're going to be fighting in here. Potentially. Okay. Might as well attack these guys. Treasure turn. Was worth doing that. Into a dead end. I'm trying to remember what we did last time when we were here. USD's down for jails. Topaz gem, nice. Thieving attempt failed, minus 20 charisma. If we charge free, Kevin briefly considers taking the chest as a new weapon. It's not quite very enough. The Topaz gem is the one I've already got there, yes, for defense 5. I think you can potentially use it. No. When? No. That's fine, I already got that there, it seems. Food your temptation. Realise it was in my stomach until now just right. Yuck. Enemy? A C1 key. A small plate of window glass lies on the bottom of the empty blocks. Alas, another unexpected chest pain.
My, that was easy.
That was easy, yes. Now I know there's a door in the middle door there, but I'm going to go up here. Amazing and sparkling. You see, human skeleton wasn't in there before. Joy. Curio bomb. Excuse me, could you scratch my back, please? Blind 2. You're causing terrible damage across this kingdom. How does it feel? Ah. Bring to me with a repenting patriot. Only venture with door open. Interesting. The repenting patriot is obviously going to be good old Richard here. It doesn't say there's going to be a trial, so let's do it, shall we? I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. In Ruan, apparently. R&A research. Oh my, look at all of this. Hope it will provide useful. I see, so you've sure found a lot. With many potential sales routes, I've got nothing to fear. I'll be able to make my move into the Rebonian capital as soon as I'm ready to do this kind of information. You asked us to investigate the current situation in regards to old Buntsdales and Rebonia, so I sent on my investigation around stores in the region itself. And you did a fantastic job too. Still, the problem of transportation remains. After all, Borden's got his old grubby hands on over international liners already. It's true that Borden families have preferential access to 40% of a load capacity. However, they are no longer the only option. There are private carriers as well. Here's some supplementary materials regarding that issue. My, you certainly have become prepared, haven't you? Well, this request ended up taking a little longer than originally anticipated. Consider this a little extra on in exchange. I like those who think you're 2 steps ahead. Are you sure you don't want to come back and work for me? I'd pay you handsomely. I'm certainly flattered you think highly enough of me for my skills to offer. I'm not sure I have what it takes to be successful in the cutthroat world of business, though. I'm a rather timid man, you see. Oh, come now, you can't fool me. Oh well, do keep my offer in mind, would you? And I was pleased to escort you out. Oh, since I have you here, maybe we should give you one more thing to look into. I've already had time to get started, but I'm not sure he's up to a task. I'd be happy to help you if I can. Also, be another request to research a foreign market? I certainly will. Oh, look what you have over here. Perfect. This place right here. Ovid State? That's an unusual choice, quite a smaller place. That just makes it easier to seize the majority of a market. Small as it is, it's not like it isn't accessible by airliner. And what a market there may be, there's all but free taking right now. Do you want us to research potential size of the market there, in other words? Should we focus entirely on the urban market, or broaden the scope of our investigation and look to a market in general? Oh, market in general. Do you think you can do it? With ease. I'll get in touch with one of our staff members and station near the state right away. That's what I wanted to hear. I'll be back here next week anyway, we can discuss details then. Ta-ta. Until then, take care. Tell you what, I do like Canone's business-like attire. Oh, it's quite far inland. Weren't the Range brothers in that general area of the continent? Yes, they are. I'll get in contact with them later. Thank you. She's not a merchant or boss or nothing, is she? She's always coming up with such interesting, ambitious requests. She's not half as ambitious as you are. I think you may be overestimating me a little here. I can show our visitor in next. Hello there, Alan. Sorry for dropping in on you again. I just wanted to get your input on a little something regarding the city's finances. I bet it won't be a bother at all. Please take a seat. So, what exactly can I help you with today? All seems to be going rather well with this business now, don't you think? Indeed. Although I admit it's taken me time to adjust to my days of being so peaceful, I do miss a sense of tension in my life. That's something you just have to live with, I'm afraid. We're civilians now, not soldiers. That's true enough. In any case, it's an honour to be able to live and work with you in the city where we were born. Canone. I do prefer if you were addressing me now as Sir. My apologies, sir. There's no need to apologise. Well, I think we should probably go inside. I'm not sure we like the look of the sky. It couldn't be. Sir? Is something the matter? I was nothing of much importance. Just noticed we seemed mistakenly received another letter intended for the mayor. It's understandable that it keeps happening given this building previously his, but it's a tad troublesome nonetheless. I suppose I better go around and deliver it to him. Now, sir? Couldn't it wait? It seems like it's going to start raining any minute. It's not too far. If it does start raining, I won't be exposed to it too long. Can I ask you to handle regular reports in the meantime? Sir, of course. There's no mistaking it. The letter was sealed in the special way we used in the intelligence division. The letter itself is a meaningless decoy. The real message is concealed in how the envelope itself is sealed. It means, come to a landing port. Someone from the intelligence division is calling me in the hopes of speaking to me. Most likely because they bear a deep-seated resentment towards me and what I did to them. I have a duty to go and see them. After all, I was their commander. I was the one who pushed their lives off the rails and ruined their future. I've been waiting for you. So it was you, Sender. Indeed. It's good to see you again, Colonel. I'm pleased to see you're still well. I'm not a colonel anymore, Sender. Although I feel as though saying such must become a hobby. No one around me seems to be willing to correct themselves. I'm aware, but today I want to address you as Colonel nonetheless. It's Richard, not nonetheless. I called you here because there was something I need to ask you. I hope you can forgive me for forcing you to come out here in the weather. If you can answer your questions, I will. Don't feel as if you need to hold me back on my account. If you can't accept something of the answer I give you, by all means say so. I'll get straight to the point. Why did you leave the army behind, Colonel? What happened to your love for your country? I see you at least returned to the military. I was relieved to see that, in truth. You're always an exceptional, capable soldier, even back in the military academy. If you hadn't had a misfortune of meeting me, if you hadn't had a misfortune of being caught up by my foolishness, you'd have probably been a field officer by now. I'm truly sorry. Please don't get me wrong, Colonel. I don't in any way blame you or harbour resentment for what you did. You thought about what was best for the country more than anyone else I know. Your patriotism was genuine and heartfelt. I don't regret following you at all. I wanted I could. It's certainly true that doing so has become a significant obstacle in chance of my promotion. But I couldn't care less about that. As long as I can continue serving the military to serve a country I love with all my heart, and I am happy. Know that I harbour no ill feelings towards you in that regard to the past. But what are you doing now? You used to worry for this country's future more than any of us. You cared for it more than any of the other. Instead of picking yourself up and trying to work for your nation again, you left the army behind, and now you're running some sort of company that deals with rich? Just what happened to your patriotism? I beg you, return to the military. You're a capable man. Those skills of yours will be a valuable asset to the force. It's where you should be using them. I'm sorry, Sander. I could never return to the army again. Well, why? Why, Colonel? You repented more than enough of your actions. Both General Morgan and Brigadier General Bright actively desire your return. I know the other soldiers in my position would be overjoyed to have you in our ranks again. So, why? Why did you look at me with that sad expression and tell me that it's not possible? Why would you apologise to me? Make no mistake, Sender. I haven't abandoned my love for country. It just burns as brightly in my heart as it ever did. But what I did was... What I did was truly terrible. I organised a coup d'etat, destabilising his nation and disrupting the lives of countless people. Thanks to the help of those around me, I was able to realise what a foolish mistake I had made. Yet in my heart I felt exactly the same way I always did. I am not sure what you mean. In spite of all that happened, my love for my country is unchanged. I still feel the blind desire to do anything I can to aid Liberl. I'm the same man, and I applied to that coup d'etat, nothing has changed. That thought terrifies me. Then, you didn't leave the military because you had lost your love for country. You're saying you left it because you still love your country. Forgive me, I have no right to be making excuses to you and trying to justify myself. Not after I dragged you all downtown with me and ruined your lives forever. I truly am sorry for what I did to you and all the other members of the division. You. Please don't misunderstand. I didn't leave the army in an attempt to run away from my weakness. Nor to leave it because I was ashamed of the treatment I received for my actions. After what happened, I thought long and hard about what I should do. Trying to work out where I did wrong. And as I did that, I noticed something vitally important that I failed to realise up until that point. After setting up the intelligence division, I began to gather information and use it to protect Liberl. Yet thinking about it, I didn't know the first thing about the nature of information at the time. Information isn't something that exists alone. Only exists when people use it and see it as something of worth. Furthermore, the value of information can change dramatically depending on the position and the perspective of those who look at it. I can't help but wonder if it overlooked this simple fact was because my patriotism start to become more of a force of harm than good. Somewhere along the line, I started to believe the only information I saw as valuable weighs of importance. As such, I ended up wanting the power in order to compensate for a weakness in my own heart. Thinking back, I think what I really needed was a different perspective through which to view the information. One separate from a military. One that does not see a country or people's way of its life as a system, or as numbers of absolutes. I need to be collecting information that was disadvantageous to Liberl, too, rather than cast it all aside. I need to view as the right US and surrounding nations as a variety of lights while collecting a wide variety of information from a freer perspective. So believe the company you're running now is capable of doing that? Yes, I do. I can't say for sure this will allow me to avoid repeating my past mistakes. Perhaps there's something more important that I should have been doing before giving my any thought to begin with. But in the end, I came to the conclusion that the bill needs a fresh perspective when I resolved to leave the army. If it means to gather intel, then it can make another intelligence division. But this for Brigadier General Bright to worry about, not me. Still, the civilian population has no such group or organisation and never had one. Doubt anyone in the civilian world has ever thought about creating one in order to gather and accurately analyse information either. That's why I, as a civilian like any other, chose to establish RNA research. Believing I'm the right person to be the first to do so. You truly don't have any intention of returning, do you? If I said there was any part of me that longed to return to my days of active service, I would be lying. But I'm hoping that through this, I'll be able to become another eye for which to support this nation. I see my current occupation as a new way to show my love for the country. I wonder if that makes sense. You're a coward. No doubt every word you're saying is objectively correct. That's how you've always been. There's never been any room for rebuttal in your arguments. But, Colonel, you're also no longer a man who swore to forge his kingdom's future with his own two hands. Goodbye, Colonel. We will never meet again. That's not true. That's not true at all, Sender. I've chosen a path I walk now to believing it to be right, certainly. But even though I don't know for sure what I'm doing is correct, even now I'm terrified of a possibility that I might be making the wrong choice. I will the road I walk might be the makings of yet another grave mistake. I just don't have the same power that Brigadier General Bright does. I really am hopeless. Sir? You didn't have to come out with way in rain. We shall return to the office. You'll catch a cold staying out here much longer. Canoni. I'm sure he's just having trouble coming to terms with his new life too. He just can't forget further enthusiasm and intelligence division, as if he doesn't feel like he belongs in the world that's come after it. The day will eventually come when he'll be able to understand what you said. That's exactly what happened to me, you know. True enough, I suppose. You're right. Should we go, Menkanon? Yes, sir. I wasn't expecting to end up quite soaked. Are you alright? I'm fine. Don't worry about me. This actually brings back fond memories of a survival training I underwent back in the academy. I don't think you should go get changed into some dry clothes, though, sir. A little rain never hurt anyone. I don't believe I was half bad at my own survival training, you know. Even then. Ooh. An encrypted call? Dylan did mention it had some information of interest. Perhaps it relates to that. Which would mean that something has happened over in the Republic. Yes, it's me. Can you please stop calling me that? Yes, that's right. Yes. Amusing Quarter? We don't know anyone there yet, thinking about it. Alright, I'll look into it as best I can. Right, you be careful too. Has something happened? Another Jaeger Corps entered the Eastern Quarter. Size of one too, a red constellation. Really? There seems to be rather a lot of activity on the Jaeger front of late. Their arrival makes it very likely the power struggle there will begin to worsen too. I doubt the old intelligence network is going to be sufficient to fully stay on top of the situation. You may have heard there personally. I still have doubts about what I'm doing. Knowing about my love for my country has changed nothing at all. Is it even possible to find and walk a right path this time? Truly possible for any mortal to forge a correct path through life? I don't know, but all I can do is try and follow the path I believe to be right in the hopes I'm not mistaken. Believing those who have supported me and worked right wrongs. Sir? Something wrong, sir? Oh, you're here, Canon. I did tell you you didn't need to come with me and see me off. You did, but I'm afraid that simply won't do. Seeing off their superiors is a duty of a subordinate. Perhaps of the military, but there's no longer a world we live in. There's no need to act like a soldier anymore. Oh, and one more thing. Do take care of good things while I'm in my office when I'm gone. In regards to any large requests you'll struggle to handle without me coming in are very low, but at least, I'll do leave everything to me, sir. I'll be sure to handle every request that comes in with care and kindness. I'm well aware you always look forward to taking on small requests too, so I'll be given the same high standards of service as any other. Oh, you know me too well. Oh, Seek. What on earth's Julius Bird doing here? Don't just sit on His Excellency's arm as if it's your own personal property. Please, Canon, there's no need to glare at him like that. Also, please stop calling me Your Excellency. What's this? It's addressed to me. This looks like a letter from HQ. As in military? Why is the Royal Guards carrier Falcon bringing a message to you? Who knows, this writer's a real slave driver though. Thanks for living with Sieg. Let him know that I accept his request. Sir? Was that... See for yourself. Best of luck with your little trip. We'd like to know what the Red Constellation's up to too, so we appreciate you looking into it for us on the side. Honestly. Hope you don't think this information is going to come cheap, Brigadier General. I accept your request. Finished. I'll go with that. I accept your request. I got covert and some money. It's nice. What's covert do? I'm assuming it means you don't get attacked. Covert, haze and information. Do you actually have haze equipped? Nope. Haze and heal. What's heal do again? Heal is the... healing you while you wander, I think. And haze is that one. Now, what do I have? What do I do by having covert? I lose access to Tyrrell and Fudce. Probably gain a few earth spells when I'm already maxed out on earth anyway, so. I'm not going to bother with coverts. What I'm going to bother with is enemy episode here. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day and bye bye.
Cry for me.